Good morning, dear students, and welcome to another interesting English grammar class. Today we are going to deal with an interesting topic, active and passive voice. Voice, children, refers to the form of verb which indicates or shows that whether the subject is the performer of the action or is affected by or is receiver of the action. Say, for example, I take Rita waters the plants. Now here the subject is Rita and she is performing an action of watering the plants, and the object is the receiver of the action done by Rita. So it is said to be in the verb is said to be in active voice. Now supposingly I say the plants are watered by Rita. Here you can clearly make out that the plants are the subject. Are watered means they are receiving an action. They are the receivers here. They are affected by the action done by Rita, who has taken place of the object. So are watered is the action or the verb. Here this verb is said to be in the passive form. Or it is said to be in the passive voice. The next thing to understand, children, is that I'll take two sentences. First is Rohan kicks football, or if I say Rohan dreams. Now when I take the first sentence, Rohan kicks object, subject, verb and object. If I take only this much, Rohan kicks, it is incomplete. Kicks what? Kicks an object, football. Then if I take Rohan dreams, Rohan dreams is a complete sentence. It doesn't require an object to complete its meaning, whereas the first sentence needed an object to complete its meaning. And for our active or passive voice, we need a structure of the sentence of this sort, meaning which has a subject plus which has a verb plus which has an object. Meaning the verb here is in transitive form. This here verb is in intransitive form. And in most of the cases, or generally, the passive voice is done on these. The active voice is changed to passive voice only when we have verb in this form. The sentence we have in this form. Now to explain further, I will take the same example. Rohan kicks the ball. Rohan kicks the ball. Now here Rohan is the doer, so the verb is said to be in active voice. Now when we turn it into passive voice, it becomes the ball is kicked by Rohan. Now you see that this subject has gone to the place of object and this object has taken the place of subject, right? Then kicks, the verb, is in present tense and here also it is in present tense. So the verb doesn't change its tense. The first thing to notice is that the verb doesn't change its tense. The tense remains the same in both active as well as passive voice. Now here you see, now what is there? Some is used. A helping verb is used according to the new subject. If it had been balls, it would become are. So if I, then am. So am, is, are used in present tense. Was, were is used in past tense. Being is added in future tense. Or if to is used, then be is added. These all I will be discussing later on in detail also, just to make you understand that the tense doesn't change and the verb in number has to agree with the number of the subject. That is clear? And also, if any pronoun is used in the sentence, it also changes its form as it changes its place from subject to object or from object to subject. And the main verb, very important thing, the main verb which is used in a sentence is changed to its past participle form or the third form in general sense you call it, which you have also studied in your tenses. So these are very, very important things that you must keep in your mind. When we change a sentence, only one preposition by is also added, which is very important, that the action is performed by. Now the subject goes to the object by the subject in the first active form. So that subject takes a place of object after by. So these are the few things that we have to keep in mind before changing the sentence from active to passive form. In our these classes, children, now we will be doing some procedures. Procedure means some description is given, how the procedure is carried out, or some hints are given, and then a paragraph is given. Now from those hints, we have to choose the verb and change it form into passive voice and fill in the gaps. That you will understand when I will do the questions with you. But first of all, you understand how to change those verbs. We have to first see in which form the verb is, the basic verb is, and then how to change it. For that also, first of all, we have to understand that in which tense the passage actually is, and then accordingly we change. Supposingly, I take a verb which is in present tense and I take a verb keep is there in your hint given or in your description of the procedure. Whatever is given, the word is keep. I am taking an example, keep or keeps. And how it will be changed if it is in present tense. Now, if it is simple present, it changes. Simply we add is, are, or am plus past participle form of verb or the third form of verb that we call V3. As we call it V3. So I will be taking a short form past participle in this place. Alright. Then if it is present continuous, if it is how do I change it? Is MR will be there. Is am are plus being plus past participle of the given verb, which here is keeps, so it becomes kept. The past participle of keep is kept, so it will be kept. Right? Now if it is present perfect tense, if it is perfect tense, then is MR changes to has or have. Now you know these helping verbs will be changed according to the number of people in number of the subject, or number of people in the subject, or number of nouns in the subject. So has also for singular and have for the plural. So has, have plus here comes been plus past participle. Been is added and past participle is added here. This is for your present tense. Is MR plus past participle. Continuous is MR plus being plus past participle. Perfect has, have plus been and past participle. About past tense, children, or when we see that our passage is in past tense, so the verb given in the instructions is to be changed in past tense. Now how it will be changed? If we have simple past tense, then which helping verbs we use for simple past tense? Was, were, depending upon the number of the subject, plus past participle. Then if it is past continuous, that will be same way, was, were plus being plus past participle, the third form of verb. Or if it is past perfect, then it will change to, we used has and have for present tense, and for past tense we use had plus been plus past participle. These are few small things that you have to keep in mind. When we are changing the verb into past tense, if the verb is in simple past tense, we change it to was, were, past participle. Past continuous tense, it changes when it goes to passive voice. It changes was, were plus being plus past participle to show the continuity, ing form. Then past perfect, perfect we use had plus been, B-E-E-N, been, and the past participle form. Let's talk about future tense. Future tense, children, you all know that has a form which has shall or will in it. And if we come to know through that passage that the verb to be changed is to be changed in future tense, then shall or will be there. And then how do we change it? We add simply be to it and the past participle is added. The verb is changed with shall or will depending upon the usage or the person, first person, third person, and a word be is added and past participle is there. Then if we talk about future continuous. Now if you have noticed, this is already future continuous form. So it is already a passive form. So let us talk about future perfect tense. If you are talking about future perfect tense will have shall will plus have is added plus the be changes to been plus past participle. For future perfect tense we have shall have, then have is added for perfect tense. This be changes to been and past participle is there. Now let us talk about another kind of sentence, that is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence, you know children, has either the element of request or of an order. Either a request is made through these sentences or some order is given. Supposingly, I say work hard. Now here an advice is given to work hard. So how we change the verb here? Advised to work. Meaning the emotion is caught, here advice is given. So whatever we want to convey, that is caught. So here advice is given. So we write advised. Then to is added and then the first form of verb is there. Or requested or ordered. Then to is added and first form of verb is added to such sentences. And as far as interrogative sentences go, interrogative sentences remain their form of a question. And the tense is changed as we change in our tenses, normal tense sentence. But its form of a question does not change. It remains as an interrogative sentence only. Let us discuss some sentences which have modals in them. You remember I taught you modals earlier also. You have major modals as can, will, shall, should, would, could, may, might, ought, must. These are some of the major models that we deal. So when we generally write, I told you that we use the first form of verb with them. But when we change the verb of the sentence which is having a model in it, how we change it? We change it by writing this model and then adding be with it, and then this first form of verb changes to third form of verb. Supposingly it is eat with a model, and when I am changing it to the passive form, it will become be eaten. The third form is there, the first form changes to third form and be verb is added with this. So students, these are a few things we have to keep in mind when we change our verb into passive form. When we are doing a process writing or we are doing a procedure, how to change a verb from active to passive voice, I think and I hope that I have made quite clear. In our next segment, I will be discussing few questions with you which will be helpful to understand the concept better. So have a nice time and enjoy. Thank you.